Okay, friends, here are your directions for this assignment. This assignment is multiple weeks long, okay? You might remember we did this in second grade and we did this in third grade. You are composing 8 measures of a pattern of your choosing, okay? Step 1 is rhythm. You are deciding the rhythm of your pattern, okay? Now I made it a little bit easier because I took out some of the options for notes, which actually, even though you might not think so, does make it a little bit easier, okay? What you need to do is this. Look at this page. You need to copy this onto a piece of paper, okay? You need to have 8 measures. You need to have 4 beats in each measure. You need to have bar lines for yourself, okay? And then I need you to draw whatever rhythm you would like to draw. My suggestion is go to the page before this one, find the part in the video where you can see all of the different choices of notes, and then just pause the video and use the little chart as a reference to help you out, okay? The reason that you need to write this on paper is because you need this paper next week. If you are a friend who is only online for a couple weeks and then you're going to come back to school, you need to bring the paper back with you when you come back to school if you can, because otherwise you're going to have to do twice as much work when you get back to class. So do this now. You won't have to do it again later. But you need it on a piece of paper because this assignment is going to disappear and you're going to need your rhythm for the next part of our project. Okay? So you put this on paper, draw your rhythm, and then on the next slide, you're going to draw it on the computer. Okay? You're going to put each rhythm that you put in on the draw it slide. All right? I'm not expecting it to be super perfect. I'm expecting it to look like you tried to make it look nice. Okay? So a couple things you need to know, and I'm sure this is just reminders for you, but when we have half notes, they take up 2 beats. So if I drew a half note here, I'm drawing nothing here. Okay? Nothing goes here, and then I can draw my next rhythm here. Okay? You have to give it 2 of these little lines. Each one of these lines represents 1 beat, and a half note is 1 beat. Okay? Or I'm sorry. A half note is 2 beats, so it needs 2 of those lines. I hope that didn't confuse you. Ignore what I said before. A half note is 2 beats. It needs both of those lines. The same rule applies for a half rest. Okay, and I keep drawing my lines crooked, so my boxes are crooked. Nothing next to the half rest. It needs this line and this line. Excuse me. You can put a half note or rest here and have it take up these 2 beats. You could put it here and have it take up these 2 beats, or you could put it here and have it take up these 2 beats. You cannot have a half note in your last beat of the measure because it needs 2 beats and it can't just cross over the bar line. To do something that looks like this, where you have a half note here, so you leave this one open, is wrong. Can't do it. Okay? Not possible. Get rid of all these marks here. All of the other choices for rhythm are 1 beat, which means it doesn't matter how many sounds. They only take up 1 of these little lines. Quarter note, stem on the right, rest, the Z plus the C as best as you can. 2 eighth notes, both circles get on this line here. Stem straight up, and then connect the top. That's it. Okay? 16th notes I'm actually going to draw down here because I want to show you a non-example and an example. All 4 circles gotta be on the line. Okay? Does it actually matter if they are? They're so small that if you don't get them right on the right-hand side with the 16th notes, I'm not going to be mad. Now here is what this is not. This is not a box on top. Not how it works. Don't do it. Pet peeve. Don't do it. what you need to do, I'm going to pick a different color so you can see. What you need to do is connect the stems at the top, just like eighth notes, and then draw another line underneath. That's it. Okay? No boxes on top. Boxes on top is for moving trucks, not for 16th notes. Okay? So your job is copy all these. Don't copy my notes, just copy the lines and bar lines. Okay? Go ahead and compose your rhythm. Put it on Draw It. Save this paper. If next week you're returning to school, bring the paper with you on your music day. If you're not sure when that is, there's a schedule button on the home page of our Canvas that can tell you exactly when you're coming to see me. And then next week we're going to do step 2. And we are doing something a little bit different with step 2. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's not quite the same as you remember. Oh, my alarm's going off. Gotta go out to that crosswalk car circle. It's not exactly like the worksheet that you remember. It's a little bit different. So if you have any questions, message me on Canvas. If you really need to, we can set up a Teams meeting and meet a little face-to-face. It might have to be right after school hours instead of during school hours, but if you need me to explain it to you hearing my voice instead of messaging and writing, or if you think it would be easier to have that conversation, we can totally do that. Just let me know what you need, what help you need, and don't forget to write all of this down so that you can save it for next week, and then you need to put it onto the Draw It slide.